All right, set. Quiet this time. Bring her back episode. Take two. Welcome back to horror. Puppets, which I've only used once, and ballads, which you've had no ballads. But welcome to another wonderful 2025 edition as I continue to get this thing rolling. Today I am talking about Bring Her Back. I love Talk to Me. Those brothers, they're really good. I loved Talk to Me. So I was like, okay, what do they got for round two? And I heard them on, there's a podcast I listened to, and I listened to them interview, and even the host was like, he was worried. He was like, sophomore movie, something that's so good, like Talk to Me. How are you going to follow that up? How are you going to keep us going? And they did a great job. Now, it's another movie in which it's like with weapons or like even together, or it's like it's more of like this voodoo theme. There's been a lot of this voodoo theme, and not necessarily just some weird entity or like I had talked about with weapons. So I thought maybe it's a government thing or just some demonic thing. This is like in the voodoo realm because this movie was wild because it's like here's this boy that was taken by this former social worker and is the soul of her drowned daughter trapped while the daughter's sitting there freaking in the ice in an ice chest in the guest house or whatever, and try to find a way to then insert her soul into someone else. So she needs to find a girl about the age to get. I just, and I have they have the salt ring around it to where if the boy crosses that, it looks like the soul within would be released. But this boy was so good. The girl, the kind of blind, her eyes. I don't know. I think they used someone who was really blind. I don't remember, but she was really good. The brother was really good. The woman that took the men, she was creepy and devious. This thing where she's peeing into like a little container and then pouring it onto him, showing that he's peeing himself. Devious. When they go to the funeral for the father, and then she gets him drunk and she's doing shots. Just devious. It just baiting him into his rage so that he lashes out so she can say he's too, because she needs the brother gone. And then the boy, man, oh my God, that knife scene when he goes to gives him the fruit, the cantaloupe on the knife, and he just turns around and he's just tearing through between the teeth and the upper lip. I was just like, oh God, that kind of stuff. Like, show me someone being decapitated or like being sawed in half from the spread legs down, and I'm like, oh. But man, that something about that just got me. And then later with the table top and just biting in and chewing off pieces and then tearing off his own skin, because that hunger, I guess, is insatiable inside, and they need blood or flesh or food or something. I don't know what that was, because it was like Russian voodoo or something like that. It's some stuff you don't want to mess with. No. This is like no, you don't mess with voodoo. Mess with anything else. Serpent and the Rainbow stuff? No, thank you. But no, this was about as good and as well done as a follow-up to a premiere movie, a horror movie that I've seen. These two were remarkable. Like I said, the casting, the boy, and just some really creepy moments. And even in the end, I thought it was touching a little bit and heartbreaking because, in the end, when the brother brings the other social worker, the one that's working to place them, and then she sees, oh my God, this woman is, no, we need to get you out of here. And then what happens to them? And then the battle with the daughter, and then bringing her to the pool because she needs to drown her, but then can't. And that was so, to me, so touching. Like, brought that touching. Like, I'll do anything to save my daughter, anything to bring her back. But the thought then of taking another soul and killing someone else and taking the life of another little girl, it's just she just couldn't. And watching what was doing to the boy that she was holding this thing in, and then him getting away and getting across that salt, and then being picked up and finally being able to say his name. It was really good. It was really well done. I think I like Talk to Me a little bit more, but there's just a lot more going on in Talk to Me. Bring Her Back. There's a lot more just kind of what is this and what's building to it. But it was equally, once I was done, like, okay, this, and I can't wait to see what they do next. I hope they stay in the horror realm, because these twins, they know how to make a film. They know how to keep you engaged, and it's not just slasher, blood and guts. They're messing with this up here, not dogma, but they're messing with the noggin, with the brain. So I really enjoyed it. If you have not seen it, I try not to get too spoilerish there at the end, because I know it's still in the video on demand stage. So maybe you haven't, people may or may not have seen it, but you should. And if you like Talk to Me, don't even, just rent it. Just rent it, just because I said so. So, and if you don't like it, I'll sell you your money, but no, okay, I won't do that. But no, this was a good one. Again, if I ever do a rating scale, I would rate this one probably in the 4 out of 5 range. It was, for the creepy moments, just for that knife and that tabletop scenes alone. Those two scenes were just, and then the feels it gets you at the end, as far as ones that we're going, is that scene at the end when the cops come up in the pool with her and her dead daughter. That was like, oh gosh, that's why she was doing everything. She just finally realized that she was destroying lives just for her own selfish potential ability to bring her back. Like I worked the title into there. That's what you can expect from this. That kind of wit. Anyway. So yeah, thanks for watching as always. I'm going to keep rolling until people tell me to shut up and stop. And even if you do, I'll probably still keep rolling. So, yeah, so thanks for watching.